Here at Chargers training camp. Chance to sit down with Chargers running back Austin Ekeler. Austin, man, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Just enjoying this California weather, man. Playing some football. It's hard to beat this.
Absolutely. So you are entering year 7 right now. Every year it seems that there's more and more and bigger, better. How do you keep finding new heights, and what's the goal individually heading into this next year?
Yeah. For me, it's always been continue to stay consistent. Whatever role you get, I don't know what's going to be. It'll play out as the season continues to go on. But as I continue to go through practice, start to continue to build my role, I'll solidify that, and then it's be consistent within that. And how I've been able to progress, going back from my special teams days to now was, hey, whatever it is, right, be the best in that. And then when you prove that you can do that, guess what? They're going to put more on your plate, and they're going to be like, hey, can you do this too? And that's how you continue to develop as a player and as just a human being in general. So it's the same goals for me this year. Continue to be consistent and continue to put some progress to our offense. So looking forward to doing that.
And you're one of the vets here now. So new OC here, Justin Herbert, a lot of new talent brought in the last couple of years. How can this offense look different this year from what it's been in the past couple of years?
It comes down to a lot of things. There's so many different factors that make this game so great. But when it comes to just overall, I would say for our offense is to continue to be consistent, right? Consistency is key, right? We need to keep people healthy, but regardless of who's on the field, it comes down to us making plays when they come to us and being consistent within that. Even with last year, with people banged up, we were still able to, scratch our way into the playoffs. Obviously didn't end the way we wanted it to, but for us, how can we be consistent? How can we make plays? We know we're bringing in more playmakers with, our first-round pick, Q. Looking forward to seeing him out there in action and seeing some of these other young guys step up as well. And so it's the development of your team. All right, this is what you did last year. You're bringing some pieces back. Has anyone grown, right? Is anyone playing above, below where their standard is, and there's this big shuffle, and you try to find your rhythm, you try to find a cadence, you try to find some type of chemistry that you can move forward with, and once you start finding that, you can hopefully get into a rhythm. But before you do that, right, you got to go out here, go through the growing pains, and so it's going to be fun to find our consistency and our rhythm.
So they won in pads. You mentioned Quinn Johnson, some of the young guys out here. Anybody who's immediately caught your eye in practice?
Immediately caught my eye. I mean, Jay Herb's been looking great, but out of the young guys, not necessarily. I think it's a little early for that. Today was the first day in pads, and time will tell as that plays out. I want to see some of these guys on special teams. That's got a special place in my heart because that's where I started. Yeah, that's where I started, and so I want to see some live reps or some more realistic reps of special teams before I start to make that assumption that people are popping out.
And we're fantasy football guys. We know you are one as well. So after you go first pick overall off the board, who would you take second overall?
Second overall. Man, that's a good one. There's a couple good picks out there. Justin Jefferson's a good one. I like Saquon. I like Jonathan Taylor. I don't even know. I don't know. You go a receiver, you go on a running back.
But first overall is no question, right?
I'm always taking myself first. I mean, that's the only thing I can ever control in fantasy football is the way I play. And so it's a rare opportunity. And so, yeah, if I'm ever playing, I'll take myself first. Absolutely.
So Kellen Moore comes in, new offensive coordinator. What's different in this offense this year?
Different. After this is my third offense I've been a part of, and all the plays are exactly the same. All of them are the same. We speak in different languages, and so it comes down to how do you utilize guys, how do you put them in the right space to make their skill set the most optimized, right, for that play. And so time will tell. It's hard to tell this early because coaches, they don't necessarily get judged in preseason like we do. They get judged during the season. If you're a good coach, you're just going to play out in the season. You're not going to be able to tell in preseason what are we talking about. So it's going to be fun to see it play out. But I do know I've been liking what I've been seeing here in practice so far. Just been slinging that thing around. Run game, just, it kind of fits in where it fits in. It's the same type of runs. Now it's just how do you utilize it? How do you create a chemistry? What's your identity as a team? What's working? Where are you strong? Where are you weak? And how do you play around both?
And right now, it's no secret what's going on around the NFL with the running back position. What do you think the future looks like for the position?
Yeah, I mean, the future for the position is the same as it is right now. We've been making an impact on all teams across every single team. And so that's not going to change. There's different types of players, some that make more impacts than others, absolutely, just like any other position. For us, we're going to continue to work as hard as we possibly can, and we're a pivotal part in the offense to be able to run the ball, be able to catch, be able to block for a quarterback. And for us, I just want to see, an opportunity for those guys to actually go out there and when they're on their contract year, get an opportunity to find a contract, for a team that wants to have them and have them put their resources into their team instead of being, captured as a 1 year in this franchise tag. And then put all the pressure back on you for all the risk, and now the organization limits their risk and can potentially get you at a discount. And so that's why we're upset with that. But for the future of the position, nothing's going to change. We're going to keep making plays, keep scoring all the touchdowns. Right, I've scored 38 touchdowns here. I know all the running backs across the league were the ones who scored the touchdowns. And so what's this game about? It's about points. It's about points. So let's score more than you. We're gonna keep scoring points, man. We're gonna keep doing that. So nothing's gonna change.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Look, we asked you who the number 2 pick was. The 2 of the 3 people you named were running backs. You threw Saquon out there, you threw Jonathan Taylor out there. I mean, I know the CBA is still a little ways away, but do you feel like this is going to be a point of contention when you guys negotiate that next year?
Yeah, it's really tough because it's a whole group collaboration when it comes to us in the CBA. It's not just one person. It takes individuals to put things on the table to be discussed, but it's a deeper discussion. And I couldn't put myself in a position right now to say, yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about, because that's not for me to say. But for me, I know we're always looking for ways to continue to protect ourselves as players. That's why the CBA is where it's at today, is because we have to scratch and claw to try to get protection for ourselves as players. And a lot of that comes from players ourselves being like, hey, we went through this situation. This group went through this situation. We want to change this. And it's a back and forth, right? We got to collab with the owners. And so for us moving forward, there's things like this that happen between these 10 years that we'll remember, and we'll write these down. We'll document all these moments and see what's worth fighting for. Because that's what it is when it comes to CBA negotiations. It's a straight up, negotiation, and both sides don't want to budge. And it's brutal. It's not what you see in the media. Media doesn't capture all this stuff that happens behind the scenes for good. Let's keep it on football. But when it comes to protecting our guys, we're definitely going to stand up for what we believe in.
And you mentioned that no one had scored more touchdowns than you these last couple of seasons. We've gotten a lot of air guitars.
Yeah.
Classic celebration. Are you already thinking ahead? Like, you got anything new in store for us this year when you're finding the end?
Some more air guitar, man. I told you I'm consistent, man. You're going to see me. I'm going to be jamming out in the end zone. I want that energy. That's the energy you feel. I feel like when you're at a concert or anything and they're playing like the best song or the best part of the song, that's like the energy that's in the stadium out of touchdowns.
You ever recruit teammates to start playing?
Yeah. We've been trying. So we'll see if we can coordinate something this year.
All right, we were talking about this. So Super Bowl is in Las Vegas this year. Let's say the Chargers get there. You guys bring it home, hold the trophy. First thing you do to celebrate after a Super Bowl?
So I actually live in Las Vegas,
okay.
And so I can see definitely a celebration at the crib, bringing everyone over. That's my backyard. So I'm already home. There's all my family's already going to be there. Yeah, big cookout. Yeah. So, yeah, that's definitely the plan.
Awesome. Well, hey, Austin, we appreciate the time, man. Best of luck this season. And, we'll try to keep up with you fantasy. We'll see how your fantasy team is doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I got a couple through my foundation that I have going on through the year. So, looking forward to seeing those and keeping them going. And, yeah, I have Ekeler's Edge as well. So, if you want some fantasy knowledge, come tune and check it out.
Cool. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
All right, take care.
Yep. Thanks, guys.